Hello, EJ here, and today we are going to talk about attachment theory or attachment bond. And I don't know if you know much about attachment bond. It is one of my favorite psychological concepts. I love it, from John Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth and many others, I love it because it plays such a huge role in who we are and who we're not. And attachment is something that happens in our early childhood. And it has such a big impact in the relationship we have with our parents. Actually, that's where it stems from, okay? And it plays a big role in our relationship, in our romantic relationship, in our work relationship, in our businesses, in our family, in our parenting. It is a major part of human life, okay? So we really do need to pay attention to it. A lot of people don't pay attention to attachment, but I kid you not, it is a big instigator in mental health and addiction. Well, if you're securely attached, then that's wonderful. You're one of the lucky few, because unfortunately, over 65% of people are actually insecurely attached. But there is good news. The good news is that you can change it, and it's not fixed. It's situational. But how do we build attachment bond? We build it from our parents, from our early childhood, where attachment is developed. Looking at your relationship with your mother and your father, and the more active they are and more attentive and responsive they are to your need, the more secure attachment. That relationship is crucial. It's so crucial, because that is when you're finding your senses of the world. When a child comes into this world, they are blank slate. They have nothing. It's like a blank sheet of paper with nothing in it. So everything they gain is what's information being put inside them. And that is based on the relationship they have with their mother, their father, those around them, their carers. So how they are nurtured and loved will determine whether they build a secure attachment or they don't. There is two concepts of attachment. It's either you're securely attached or you're insecurely attached. And if you're securely attached, well, that is where you want to be. Millions of us have insecure attachment. And because we have insecure attachment, that means that we are actually going to have challenges in our relationship with other people. They're going to hurt me. And so many things can happen that causes a child to experience insecure attachment. And from an early age. But then when you're older, different things can cause insecure attachment, like the trauma of losing a parent, a mother. It can cause someone to become insecurely attached. Separation causes insecure attachment. So secure attachment is where someone builds a really good, positive relationship with their mother and father. And it's quite debatable in a sense that some people think, oh, it's mainly your mother. But it's actually, from my research and a lot of the work of many others, is that actually attachment bond is all about family. It's the family unit you grow up in. Secure attachment is when you're quite confident. If you're in distress, you can go to somebody to comfort you, to show you love and affection. If something is worrying you, you will go and talk to somebody about it. You don't deal with things on your own. You're happy to give love and receive love. Their heart is opened to relationship. They easily trust people. They get on with people. They're quite vocal. They will say what they like and what they don't like, and they don't feel fearful or scared to voice their opinion. They tend to make friends easily, and very sociable and quite likable. And it doesn't mean that someone who's insecurely attached doesn't have all those qualities and characters. They do, but the only difference is internally they feel a bit more withdrawn, a bit more wary, a bit more distrusting, and they're a bit more guarded. They tend to guard their heart a bit, and they tend to actually have a wall or a nice cage, kind of covering them, and simply just to protect themselves and to protect their heart from hurt and pain. So with time, when they build trust, those walls starts coming down and those fences starts coming down. So it's all about trust. Okay, so if someone don't have much trust, then they're not going to have much secure attachment. But if they have a lot of trust and they feel like somebody's there for them and cares for them, then they will start to feel more secure. And loved will determine whether they build a secure attachment or they don't. So for example, if a mother is very nurturing and loving and attentive to the child is likely to feel securely attached because they have that love, that trust for the mother or for the carer and for the father. But if the child is for example, distressed, the parents don't come for them or don't show them love and affection, or are neglectful or is not attentive, then what that does over time, it causes insecure attachment. So where that person kind of lives a life of distrust, not sure, anxious, and not really trusting somebody. So this is where it actually can be very negative, because you don't have much confidence in yourself. You don't have much, you can't trust people. You want to trust people, but you can't trust them. You're a bit scared of them. And because you're not scared of them, oh, well, I'm scared of them, especially when you're an adult, you're scared is subconsciously, emotionally, because you don't want to be hurt. And it's also a reminder of rejected love, because insecure attachment stems from rejection of love. Because when we're born, we receive love, we crave love, we're nurtured, we're cradled. And these are all aspects of love. And when you find yourself that, you're feeling insecure about something, it usually stems from insecure attachment. And you need to start thinking about, what kind of relationship do you have with your parents? Is it a relationship where you can easily go to your parents for comfort? If you're upset, do you go to somebody for comfort, for love, or do you tend to run away or kind of deal with it on your own, like a lone ranger? Or do you get really flustered? Within the attachment, it's quite important. Within the attachment, there's 3 insecure attachments, okay? So 1 is avoidant attached, which is when someone avoid love. They want to be close, they want love, but they don't want to open their heart to receive that love. They tend to do a lot of things on their own. They tend to pride themselves in their independence, and they can do it by themselves. They have this stiff upper lip approach. They can't be broken. They're not going to allow their emotions to rule. They kind of have that, stance. Lone Ranger, you're more like avoidant attached. So it's like, I want to love you, but you stay over there. The second one is anxious attached, which is when someone is quite preoccupied with worry, and they get flustered really quickly and really easily, and they feel that they're not sure, they feel confused, they want you to love them, but they don't want you to love them. They're scared you're going to leave them, they're scared that you're going to abandon them. They always worry with abandonment, or that they're going to be hurt by you. They tend to be quite anxious and worry a lot that things will go wrong. Third one is disorganized, and disorganized is a bit more challenging, because that one doesn't have experienced such severe trauma, and this can happen because of abuse. It can be sexual abuse, it can be physical abuse, it can be just a lot of trauma. And so for them, they're just so scared of the world, and they're scared of human beings. They can't tell the difference between someone who loves them and danger, because both of them are dangerous to them. So for those individuals, they actually spend time on their own more often. They're quite isolated, and they don't interact much with people. Very sad. And they're sad because they desire love, but because their love object, their parents or their carers, was actually quite abusive towards them, whether physically or emotional, or it can even be teachers or authoritative, or somebody that was meant to look after them, and instead of the person looking after them, they harmed them. So they withdrew, and because the abuse was so severe, they turn inwards, and that's how they operate. So it's quite a difficult one, and it's quite challenging, but it doesn't mean that they don't have a relationship. They can have relationship, but also it requires a lot of hard work and a lot of understanding and compassion. Securely attached, you find it difficult to receive love, and even at times to show love. And it's not that you don't have love for that person, you actually do have love, but you just don't know how to show it. Your heart is not opened for love, and that is really the key. So it's about knowing how that plays a role in your relationship and also your partner. So when are you with somebody, you need to ask yourself, is this person securely attached or insecurely attached? And that will make a difference on the way you two deal with life and manage conflicts. So the chances are your partner will be insecurely attached, and if you're lucky, one of you might be securely attached and the other one may not be. And if you're really lucky, you have 2 great securely attached individuals. But the chances are that is not the case. But it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It just means that it's more about understanding who they are and what they are, and how you can actually manage and live life more effectively with that person. If, for example, you are anxious attached, and your partner is avoidant attached, only means that you would need more reassurance. You want them to tell you that they love you more and do things more and always answer your questions, reassure you more. while the person who's avoidant just wants you to leave them alone and give them space to be who they are and what they are. And when they need you, they come to you. But when they don't need you, they go away. When you're anxiously attached, you constantly need attention, reassurance, comfort, and you tend to worry a lot. You're preoccupied with worry that they might leave you. And when they probably are not going to leave you, but because of your neediness for them, could cause the relationship to break apart. And for those who are avoidant, it's also being mindful that people can perceive you as being cold or not caring. And when you actually do care a lot, but because you don't know how to show that love, it makes it difficult for people to relate with you. Because if you're more withdrawn and you don't tend to allow yourself to fall in love, then your partner can never love you. Even though they love you and they want to love you, it will be challenging for them. The 3 attachment style, to be honest, the most important thing that they need is a lot of love, a lot of understanding, and a lot of compassion. They really need that because they need to feel that they can trust you. And that's because they've been hurt so many times and they are so fearful of being hurt or being rejected that they ended up being on their own, and get someone to work you through it so that you can start building new habits of building trust again. I hope today has been a really good session. Let me know your thoughts, and I look forward to next time. So share, subscribe, and like, and bye for now.